Good morning. It is Monday, June the 8th, 2020, 9 o'clock in the morning, and the Kerr County Commissioners Court is now in session. And if you would, please stand for the pledge and prayer, led by Commissioner Letts.
Our Heavenly Father, we'd like to thank you for being an inspiration in all of our lives. We'd like to ask that you help guide us back to more civility in society, with all the riots and things that are going on in this country. I'd like to ask that you bless us with some rain as we hit our hot months of the year and extremely hot weather today and tomorrow. I'd like to ask these things in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Okay, I have my phone here for the public comment, which is 792-6161. Someone tried to call it about 5 minutes before 9, and I didn't answer it because we weren't in session. So whoever it was that called, feel free to call back and we'll take your public input. And just to remind everybody, we limit this to 3 minutes. And when you make your comments, we cannot respond. We can just listen. It's an input only. If you see it, it doesn't say output, it says input. So if the phone rings, we're going to do commissioner comments here. If the phone rings, we'll interrupt and take the input. Okay, so how are things going out in the county? We'll start with
Well,
two.
let's see. We had a public meeting on Martin Marietta rock crusher permit renewal, and it was by webinar, and TCEQ conducted it. It was at the request of Representative Murr to have it. It went well. There was a lot of questions asked. There were some comments provided, and Martin Marietta and TCEQ will take 2 to 3 weeks to respond to those comments, but there wasn't anything earth-shattering. I think it was sort of the same type of thing that was discussed when Martin Marietta held a town hall meeting several months ago on the same subject. So I think that water's over the dam.
Good. Precinct 3.
I think two things. Most of you all know that I participate or sit in for the judge occasionally on the Thursday stakeholders meeting with the state of emergency. And just one of the things there is it's interesting that the group has moved into a mode of kind of preparing for what may happen in the future, what's coming up next, if there is a spike, how it's handled. But there's mainly bring it up because there's a lot going on, even though it's not quite as visible as it was for a while. So all the stakeholders, city, county, hospitals, schools are all coordinated and trying to figure out how the schools get started, both the public schools and Schreiner. Both are intending to have classes start in August. But a lot of different measures are going to be on the table, and interesting that all that's going on, which is good. And the other thing is just ask everyone to be aware and watch out. 3 16-year-olds just got their driver's license, one of them being Sam, and the other two are his best friends. So, and all their birthdays were all within a week of each other. And interestingly, 2 of them ended up going to Jordanton to get it, and one of them was able to squeeze into Kerrville. For those 16-year-olds, it's kind of hard to schedule an appointment right now. And Jordanton is the go-to place. Interesting, Sam and I went down there. I took Sam down there, and there was one other kid there, and that kid was from Kerrville.
Okay.
Hello.
Anyway, that's it.
Hello.
All right, precinct 4. Everything's green.
You hold on just a minute. I'll put you on the speakerphone. Go ahead.
Everything's green, the pastures and the fields and most of the lawns, but it's getting hot. Summer's arrived, I believe.
Yeah.
Another thing, when the judge rolled out his proposed budget and everything, I'd made a plea to several elected officials and department heads to look at their operating costs and see if they could find another 10%. And from the auditors, some of them have really stepped forward and been team players, and I want to recognize these people. And there's probably more that are going to come in as well, but as of right now, according to the auditors department, these people have stepped up and looked and found another 10% to cut. and that's Crime Victim Services, Veteran Service, District Clerk, Justice of the Peace number 3, County Auditor, County Attorney, Maintenance, Parks, Sheriff Department, Juvenile Probation, and Ag Extension. And man, those are team players, Judge. I really appreciate all them. Kudos to all y'all. All right.
Very good. We do have a public input here. I have a public participation form that I have from Dusty Block, who lives here in Ingram, Texas. Is that right, Mr. Block?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then this is your opportunity to offer public input to the court.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, Commissioners and Judge. I just really quick wanted to say sorry for the delay. I'm going to speak about the meeting on May 11th, but my schedule is only allotted for me to do it now. On May 11th, they talked about firefighter funding for volunteer fire departments. And I understand there's going to be a workshop here pretty soon. And I pray that that's a step in the right direction. And I'm excited to see what everybody can come up with. But the purpose of today's call is I just wanted to quickly share my disapproval of Judge, your comments on that said meeting about how the Kirk County Fire Department excuse me, only likes their county for the money. That's not the direct quote, but that gives the essence of the comment. To me, and other members of this community have seen that comment as unnecessary. It was out of place. And when it got down to it, it felt like we were disrespected. And it was very unprofessional from a viewer standpoint. And to me, once you consider what we go through as firefighters in Kirk County on a yearly basis, whether you're paid or unpaid, it just felt like we were disrespected. And I feel that situation warrants some type of apology. And that's just how the public was viewing it and people I have spoke to about the situation. And again, I apologize. It was all the way back at May 11th. But again, my schedule's only allowed me to get to this point. And I believe only have 3 minutes, so I think that was pretty fast approaching 3 minutes. So
You're about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. You got 45 seconds to go.
okay. Well, that's all I wanted to say. And so I just wanted to address that. And I thank y'all for letting me do that.
Okay, well, thank you for your input, Mr. Block.
Thank you.
And just to explain to everybody, this is input, not output. We don't get to respond to that at this point. We're going to have a workshop be on Wednesday, the 17th of next week at 10 o'clock. It's going to be at the Ag Barn out at the Youth Event Center, and everyone's welcome. So, thank you, Mr. Block. I'm going to go ahead and hang up now. Okay, the next item on the, Precinct 1, Mr. Ballou, how are things going?
I think we had the most damage from the storms. I've been out surveying the damage, and my advice is don't hire a roofer that's from out of town. Don't hire a tree clearing, tree trimming operation from out of town. Do business with local folks. If you have to wait a little longer, be safe. There's a lot of damage in Precinct 1, but we appreciate the rain.
All good. And as far as the county as a whole, you'll notice I have my mask with me today, but I'm not wearing it. We're trying to get back to as normal as we can. If I'm in a big group, I will wear it, but we're socially distanced, spaced in here, and feel very comfortable. So that just make that comment. So with that, let's go ahead and begin the agenda, and we'll start as we always do these days. 1.1 is to consider, discuss, and take appropriate action regarding update, facility use, and other matters related to COVID-19. Doug Thomas, our Emergency Management Coordinator.
Morning, Judge. Morning, Commissioners. I want to apologize, first of all. My laptop would not power up this morning, so I don't have the report to email to you. I was waiting on results from Peterson for total amount of tests for the time period. And my laptop just decides to sit there and scroll and says, please wait. So it was doing that when I left the office. What I can give you is some information about COVID in Kerr County at the current time. We had 21 cases and we've had 1 fatality, sad to say. That's our first fatality and I hope it's our last, but we need to make sure that everybody continues to social distancing, washing your hands, those types of things to keep to reduce the chances of getting COVID-19. Some of the information I can give you off the DSH's website: total number of tests run through the state is 1.2 million. Antibody tests are 118,000, 75,074,978 cases reported with 1,830 fatalities. And the state has 23,390 estimated active cases with 49,000, nearly 50,000 estimated recoveries. I think that's a great number to look at. And there's 235 of 254 counties reporting COVID-19 patients. So 19 more counties to go and we'll have the whole state will have been affected.
Doug, how many, what's the trend with people in the hospital with COVID in the state? Do you know that?
Currently, there are 1,878 people in hospitals around the state.
What's the trend though?
It just keeps going up.
Going up?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But they go in the hospital and get out.
They go to the hospital, yeah, and they get out. I mean,
Yeah.
take a look at, even for Kerr County, we've had 1 fatality, but we've had over 2,100 tests done with 21 positives. Our infection rate is 0.009. So I think
Is there
we're-
anything you can tell us about the fatality?
No, sir, I can't. I know that the individual was in Peterson Regional for a while, and when they turned for the worst, they shipped him to the hospital in San Antonio.
Okay, any other questions?
Other than that, I'll just have to email you the rest of the report that I have. I know that on June the 3rd, the governor opened up his third phase for opening up the state of Texas, which raised everything to about 75%. And there were some other exclusions in there where you could go to 100%, so I'll just have to email it all to you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Number 2.
And then we go to 1.2, which is consider, discuss, and take appropriate action regarding the local state of disaster due to a public health and economic emergency proclamation that I signed on March the 24th and extended until terminated by further order of Kerr County Commissioners Court on March the 30th. We review this every week. Any discussion? Things seem to be getting better. We're moving in that direction. But on advice of council, I think we'll keep that disaster declaration in place.
For somebody that might be just viewing for the first time, I think we need to tell them why. And it
affects our reimbursements for the expenses that we've incurred because of COVID-19, as well as our grant applications. It's more favorably considered if we have the disaster in place,
Sure.
the proclamation in place. And we got that from our outside counsel, Chuck Kimbrough, just a couple of weeks ago when he was here.
So it's for the taxpayer.
For the
Yes,
benefit of the taxpayer.
exactly.
Absolutely. But we're still encouraged, and things are getting better, and encourage everyone to keep being cautious. Social distance is good. Hygiene is good. And if you get in a really bad crowd, I'll put my mask back on. But in a room like this, where we're all distanced, I feel comfortable. So that's kind of where we are. Thank you. So let's go on to item 1.3, which is consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve the local emergency planning committee membership update form. Doug Thomas.
Yeah, so this form is one we've been updating every year. TDM sends that out every year and asks for an update. I've gone through and updated it, and basically the only real change to this planning committee is changing the manager for KERV and KRVL radio station for Mr. Ballou and Mr. McClure. And there's one more email, there's an email change on there for Brian Alexander with CARFA, as well as I think the contact number for the editor at Kerrville Daily Times has been changed as well. Those are the only updates.
So we need a action to approve that form.
Yes, sir.
I move for approval for approving the Emergency Planning Committee update form.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Moser, seconded by Commissioner Harris, to approve the update for the Emergency Planning Committee membership form. Any further discussion? If not, then those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. Thank you. Item 1.4, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action on approving the interlocal agreement with Centerpoint Independent School District regarding the Hill Country Youth Event Center as an evacuation center in case of emergency. Mr. Michael Ernie.
Thank you, Commissioners. Judge Kelly. My name is Michael Ernie. I'm the new Chief of Police of Centerpoint Independent School District Police Department. I took over at the end of April after Chief Jimmy Poole retired. Going through our emergency operations plan, I noticed that we have 3 currently off-site evacuations for temporary housing of our students. At this time, when school is out, we have right at 598 students and about 100 staff members. So anywhere from 650 to 700 faculty and staff at Centerpoint. We have the evacuation sites for the elementary school, middle school, and high school, and our off-site evacuation was at Pirate Stadium. Well, if we have a true natural disaster or an emergency, Pirate Stadium is just not going to be able to house all the students effectively and safely. After talking to Paul Gonzalez and meeting with Commissioner Mosier on the phone and with the assistance of Ms. Jody, we were able to draft up interlocal agreement, the same thing that I think Kerrville-Tybee has and Ingram has, and we asked for that approval to be able to use the exhibit hall as a place for reunification for our students, staff, and family members.
So this is basically the same type of agreement we have with KISD in England.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I move for approval for the interlocal agreement between the county using the Ag Barn, the Hill Country Youth Event Center for Centerpoint Independent School District.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Moser, seconded by Commissioner Harris, to approve the interlocal agreement with the Centerpoint Independent School District. Is there any other discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. Thank you, Mr. Ernie.
Thanks, Mike.
1.5, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to partner with the Upper Guadalupe River Authority on a litter cleanup project by allowing the maintenance department to build a box to hold litter bags to be placed at Ingram Dam. Ray Buck.
Thank you, Judge and Commissioners. I approached Commissioner Harris with this idea. The Nueces River Authority has a very successful litter program, whereas they have about 20 different partners that help fund putting out these litter bags at different sites along the river. And primarily these are onion bags, or as I was told, seafood bags, whatever you want to call them, but they drain water. And the idea that we're proposing is do a test. I don't know if this is a long-term solution to help us, but I think it can complement our litter patrols and our pack it in, pack it out program. And that, so we thought that maybe a beta test was should be done. And Commissioner Harris has and I talked, and we thought that if we could put this. Well, let me back up. I have a whole lot of these that are free. I haven't paid for these. They were given to us. And so what I thought we'd do is just run a test at one location during the summer to see how it works. And if you concur, then I would ask that the county help us build a box. And you have a picture of the box. Do they have that?
He's got a picture of it.
Okay. It's just a simple 2x2 box that it's self-serve. You pick the bag up. And our idea was maybe to try it at the dam. Pros and cons, again, I'm not, yes sir, that's the box.
I understand that. Where does the trash go?
In your,
Put it in the bag.
at the dam, it would be in your trash can, the one you have at the dam site.
They either put in a dumpster or a can, or take it home with them, one or the other, because that was one of my first questions to Ray.
Right.
what the deal was. It's not necessarily stuff back in here,
We're
but
gonna find a few of them
Yeah.
downriver.
That's
But most of them
yeah.
won't be.
Well, we hope not. That's the issue.
We're gonna
That's
see.
the issue.
Okay. So the trash cans that are already there will be the receptacle for these full
Yes, sir.
bags.
There's no trash can. What we
you're gonna have to
hope,
provide
what we
those
hope
too.
is that someone will pick this up. And as you note, the Ingram Dam was in the news recently with all the trash down there. Our hope would be that somebody could grab one of these bags. And we didn't use plastic bags because they blow away so easily. Take one of these and just help pick up, clean up, be a good citizen. That's the idea. That was the original concept of this idea on the Nueces River Authority, is that the canoers and kayakers would pick one of these bags up and just clean up as they went down the river.
And
Our
it
demographic.
it worked for them.
We're approaching a different demographic. Again, those are kayakers and people that have a vested interest in cleaning. We're probably got some partiers that we're looking at.
Yeah. Give it a try.
it's a test. It's a test. So
Well, it might help if there was a barrel to put some of them in if you're coming out instead of taking it home with you.
Well, there's one at the dam.
There isn't, they're there.
Three,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I thought you just said there wasn't.
well, he
It's
wasn't.
not additional.
Not additional.
Oh,
Oh,
We've
not
already got-
additional, I'm just talking about what's there, you gotta
Sure.
have those, so I thought you.
We don't, I guess, Harley, we don't see additional trash. It's not, we're just seeing people picking up what's down there.
Yeah.
And hopefully that, we clean up down there. UDRA has a contractor that picks up around the dam area. But, even if they filled this up and left it down there, we could still pick it up. It'd be a lot easier.
I got you.
And I've talked with Shane, and he thought it'd be a pretty simple task of building one of these boxes, and basically you want to be able to reach in and grab it, and not take all of them. And of course, it's going to be see-through, so you're not sticking your hand in there and finding a water moccasin in the dark. So Shane thought he could do it, so I would move that we get our maintenance department to build a box and try this test.
I'll second that.
Would the idea be to place the box near the receptacles that are there, or?
That was my thought.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I'm open. Again, this is brand new.
Yeah,
I think it needs to be secured so it doesn't wind up in the lake.
that's right.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, the motion's been made by Commissioner Harris, seconded by Commissioner Blue, to approve, what do we want to call this? The litter cleanup project and the use of these litter bags at the Ingram Dam with
Yeah.
UGRA.
Yep.
Okay, any other discussion?
Well, I think if Shane can figure out a way to patent something that pops up just like a Kleenex box, that he ought to be allowed to keep that patent. So you just work on that, Shane.
One of the alterations I will make to that box is it's got more of an open wire front, and I was going to suggest we put a hardware cloth on it to keep, moccasins out of it. So, yes, you can see in it also, but there will hopefully will nothing else be but the bag itself. So,
Good
that's
deal.
my recommendation.
Good.
And tie it down.
Okay, any other discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. Next item on the agenda is 1.6, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve the copy agreement with RICO for the Crime Victim Services Department. Ms. Peter left this with us. This is just a routine lease renewal. She started her vacation today, so we're presenting it on her behalf.
I move for approval.
Motion, you seconded, Harley?
Yes, sir.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Letts, seconded by Commissioner Blue, to approve the renewal of the lease agreement with RICO for the Crime Victim Services Department. Any other discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. 1.7, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve the copier agreement with RICO for the County Court at Law Office.
Move for approval.
Okay. Motion's been made by Commissioner Letts, seconded by Commissioner Blue, to approve the County Court at Law's copier lease renewal. Any other discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. 1.8, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to approve the lease copier contract between Documation and the district courts. Mr. Robles. Well, I think this is chapter 3, just a different entity, right?
Right.
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay.
This was the only one I was not sure if the county attorney had a chance to review or not.
I did. Thank you.
Okay, so then the motion's been made by Commissioner Letts, seconded by Commissioner Harris, to renew the lease agreement with documentation for the district courts. Any further discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. 5-0. 1.9, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action regarding the HB 3834 cybersecurity training for the State Department of Information Resources, and authorize the IT director to complete and submit the report before the June 15th deadline, certifying our completion. Mr. Motherall.
Yes, sir. Commissioners, this is a good thing because everyone has completed it. So all we got to do is just fill out the form and send it in.
Move for approval.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Moser, seconded by Commissioner Blue, to approve filing the cybersecurity training for State Department of Information Resources report. Any further discussion?
I would have done it was 15th. I would have waited 2 more weeks to do mine.
Still has to go through the motions.
And for those of you that don't know, everybody had to take this. I think I spent a Saturday and Sunday getting all these done, and it's prompting so that if you don't get the answers right, it tells you. So you have to go back and fix it. So it really was pretty instructive. I found it very helpful. Okay. So those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. 1.10, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action for final approval for naming rights for the Expo Hall at the Hill Country Youth Event Center. Jake Williamson.
Good morning, Your Honor, Commissioners. We've all been involved in this for a long time now, working through that process. This is the final draft that we will be asking for approval for to make it official so we can go back to the sponsor for their signatures and move on to the next step in this process.
Jake, I have 2. Should have got to you earlier. And it's one of them's like pretty, I don't think there's any issue with. It's on the first page of the grant of advertising rights. It just refers to the rights set forth on the Schedule A. I really would like it to be really clear that the advertising rights are the exhibit hall at the Hill Country Youth Event Center. So just add, I think after it says corporate sponsor, the rights to the exhibit hall at the Hill Country Youth Event Center as set forth on Schedule A.
Yes.
It's just making it really clear that we're only talking about that one building. And this other comment that I have is on Schedule A, and it's under C. And it goes, corporate sponsor will be the exclusive bank of the Hill Country Event Center. And I know that language was added to allow stock show and other associations or other organizations to use theirs. I'm just still not sure that I'm willing to give up make it exclusive only to that one bank. So if another bank wants to naming rights on the actual arena, I don't know why we shouldn't allow that. So those are my 2 comments.
And I thought we could discuss that.
I wouldn't want to buy it if I was going to have a competitor
Yeah. And that may be a
right next to me on the billboard.
I can see both ways. I mean, I'm not, it's just my comment on it.
Yeah, I'm kind of straddling the fence on that deal. Go either way. I could understand their position or what have you. Do you have any input on that, Jake? What are your thoughts?
From a marketing side, speaking freely, I'm with Commissioner Blue on this, going in, they're paying for the, the main branding of the facility. Yeah. If not even from a competitor standpoint, I would say it's a respect standpoint.
Right.
To have them be that sole sourced bank. There's a lot of competition in town.
Sure.
They've stepped forward.
And they have stepped forward. No.
They're the only one that wanted to do it. We've been talking about this for a number of years.
Yeah, I think if they want to be exclusive in their field, that we should honor that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that, but going back to Mr. let's just first comments on that first deal. I think it needs to be no gray area as far as that goes. And I want everybody to know that, because this has been brought up, it's still gonna be the Hill Country Youth Event Center
Correct.
out there.
Absolutely.
And this is just naming of a building.
So they're not gonna call it the
No,
so-and-so Bank Youth Event Center?
no, no.
No, it'll be
This
the-
is
Well, that's a
gonna-
relief.
Yes, yeah.
This whole thing's been distasteful to me.
No, it's
I
still.
understand the necessity of it, but I really wish I certainly didn't want to see the name of the Youth Event Center.
Well, I
changed, so
think that would have been
I'm
a deal
relieved.
breaker.
I'm very relieved.
No, it's only the exhibit hall, or it could be called the expo hall, but it would be the Happy State Bank exhibit hall at the Hill Country Youth Event Center.
Just as, same as if anybody else, a classroom or the show barn, anything else gets named. It's still the Hill Country Youth Event Center is the complex.
So the money that comes in for this goes through Spectrum? Is that the
No.
way that works?
County.
No
Comes
strictness.
directly, okay, good. Okay,
And it's in the amount of $112,000.
okay,
And annually, it's $12,500.
okay, good.
Okay, do we have a motion and a second? I guess you're
Well,
proposing a revision to the agreement.
with the revision.
Right.
Yes.
You want to go ahead and do that with the revision, or you want to bring it back?
I just want to get to be done with it, and everyone else is okay with it. I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with a revision that I previously stated.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made by Commissioner Letts, seconded by Commissioner Harris, to approve the naming agreement with the Hill Country Youth Event Center and the corporate sponsor as proposed revision here in court today. Right?
And I'll make a comment, Judge, if I can, that this has been the entire time and included in our agreement with Spectrum, that this is the intent out there to help offset the taxpayers' loss to operate that facility. And it doesn't make up the entire amount, but it does help. And so this is, we tried doing this early on and didn't get any takers. And Happy State Bank came and wanted to do it. We then were very public again about making sure any other business around or wherever would submit proposals to us, and they were the only one that did.
Understood. Any other discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. Okay, the next items we have on the agenda, we can go to the approval agenda. I've got timed items at 10 o'clock, and I see people here for those timed items. Huh?
111.
Oh, I'm sorry, 111. Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action to address the possibility of prohibiting or restricting the sale or use of restricted fireworks, skyrockets with sticks or missiles with fins in any portion of the unincorporated area of Kirk County pursuant to the local government code for the 4th of July fireworks season. Here we go again. We do this every holiday.
Now, we had a discussion last time this came up with the county attorney saying that we can't discriminate against certain types of fireworks.
No,
No, we can't.
No, we can't.
Can discriminate.
You can.
Okay, I want to make sure she's awake. So, she looked like she was really comfortable over there. So, the idea is that something I can shoot over my fence to my neighbor and catch his place on fire, that is what we want to prohibit.
Yes.
Right, it's skyrockets with sticks and missiles with fins, and I think the theory is that the sticks and the fins can catch fire in the flight and land on someone's property and start fire.
Right.
The ones that go up and blow up in the sky and disintegrate are okay.
Yeah,
But that had actually been
Are we on a
challenged
burn ban?
by a vendor.
we're good.
Yeah, we can.
So I'll make a motion that we make a motion to prohibit restricting the sale of skyrockets with sticks and missiles with fins.
So your motion is to prohibit the skyrockets with sticks?
Right.
Have you checked the Keach Byram Index?
And we're plenty good right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even close to being in danger.
I'll second.
Well, that means we can't do it then.
That's right.
But my part of the county is bone dry.
Mine too. Only
So-
precinct one is wet.
So, you know,
Let's back up and unpack this a little bit so that everybody understands what we're about to do. First of all, we can prohibit fireworks or we can allow fireworks, right?
we can only prohibit fireworks if it's an emergency.
I'm just saying, under certain circumstances, right? And this motion is to not prohibit fireworks.
Correct. Right. Well, the motion is to limit fireworks to two types that you cannot sell. Or,
Okay.
which are the missiles with fins and rockets with sticks.
Which we've been doing for the 4 years I've been on.
Yeah. And everything else is fine. Just those two things cannot be sold.
But then we have a moisture index that we have to check, that Commissioner Harris is our resident expert on.
Well, and that basically, that dictates whether we can exclude fireworks during the holidays or not. That's what that does. I think we can still discriminate against rockets and sticks and stuff
Well,
like that.
if I understand this correctly, if there was a burn ban on precinct 3, you wouldn't have fireworks in precinct 3.
You
You
can't,
would.
we can't prohibit them. The state law does not allow us, unless we declare a state of emergency, we cannot stop fireworks. And that takes a pretty unique situation for us to declare an
It
emergency.
is within this court's power, though, to do that.
Let me do
To
this,
prohibit, yeah.
if
Prohibit
we
the
could, just so that we get this cleared up. Ms. Stebbins, the county attorney, if you would, come refresh our recollection on what we did about a year ago on this issue, so that we do not run afoul of the law.
I don't know what you did a year ago, but I'll tell you that if, upon a determination under the section that drought conditions exist, and that's the section of the local government code 352.051, and the drought condition is the 575 or greater on the Keach-Byram drought index, the Commissioner's Court of the county by order may prohibit or restrict the sale or use of restricted fireworks in the unincorporated area of the county. Restricted fireworks means only those items classified under 49 CFR 173.100, several sections, and that's skyrockets with sticks and missiles with fins. So without the 575, you can't restrict them.
Okay, that makes it simple.
How far in advance do we have?
Before July 4th.
You have to do this, June 15th is
June
the,
15th?
4th of July is June 15th, that's right.
Well, that, what you just read sounds like to me you can do it by precinct. That's how we operate in this county. Unlike our neighboring counties, we do it precinct by precinct.
For burn ban, but I don't
Word
think
in
it's
there
fireworks.
instead of,
I don't know, usually it's done countywide. I don't remember in the past 6 years y'all doing it by precinct.
I don't either, but I don't think that it's prohibited.
I think that it has to be permitted in order for you to do it. And I don't see here that it says by precinct. It just says county.
That's how we decide on our burn ban.
But this is
Well, I
not
don't
burn
think
ban.
that they're.
No, we
they're
do a
not-
countywide burn ban and then we allow it to suspend it,
True.
which is a technicality, but
It's a technicality, but that's how we operate. Whereas Gillespie County, for example, they do it countywide.
Right.
It's a court order. So, can't be done.
But the
precinct by
index,
precinct in your opinion.
Commissioner Harris, is for all
I don't think
four
that it's
precincts.
permitted, it's
We're in
considered
good
that
shape
way. I
right
think
now.
it's county.
I don't know what will be in 3 weeks from now, but right now
But
we're.
we gotta do it by June
Yes.
15th.
We've got to do it by
So,
next Monday.
I'll withdraw
June
my
15th.
motion.
What's that?
I withdrew my motion.
Okay.
I think I made a motion.
So we don't have a motion on the floor.
Right.
So this is just to ban these and sell the rest.
But we're not,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, we
but
can't.
we can't.
We can't.
We can't.
Period.
We
So
can't.
this dies for lack of a motion and second. So it's just,
And that dies because of the drought index.
that's right. And so
Well,
fireworks,
now, we have done this before.
I know.
Well, we had a
And
drought.
we- and
Drought
we had-
because of the drought.
It was
Yeah,
brought to our
different
attention that it
conditions.
was illegal, and we visited
Yes,
that
it
about
was.
6 months, a year ago.
Right.
And that's why I asked the county attorney to come back and refresh our recollections on what we can't do. Okay, so that was item 1.11. Items 1.12 through 1.15 are timed items at 10 o'clock. So we cannot take those before 10 o'clock. We were anticipating taking a break. We might be able to get some of our approval agenda out of the way.
Let's do that.
so that we keep going.
Okay.
So this is our county auditor, Tanya Shelton.
Invoices for today's approval include $140,378.97 for Kerr County. The airport, $4,698.03. Adult probation, $9,987.60. District clerk fees, $1,000. And the 198th DA forfeiture, $135.
Who would pay the bills?
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Moser, seconded by Commissioner Blue to pay the bills as presented. Any discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. Item 2.2, budget amendments. We got several of those.
Yes, sir, we do. We have 7, one for county court of law, one for maintenance, road and bridge, HR, and the sheriff's chapter 59 seizure. The other 2 are certifying new revenue, insurance proceeds for juvenile probation, and COVID-19 grant, certifying that new revenue as well.
And so that the public understands, we are approaching the end of our fiscal year, and this is where we go through and start amending to try to balance our budget. So this is just routine.
Except the only, there's one thing that is I would mention, or will mention, is that if you received a grant amount of 290, is it 291 the total, and then it was put back out?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we received a grant related to COVID expenses of $291,797, and then that's being redistributed to the appropriate departments.
And that really is newsworthy, because that's maybe you can explain the grant. We got a total of 1.4 million.
Yes.
This is a federal government grant.
Yes, it's a $1.4 million grant. It's the 55 per capita is how they disperse that out. And so we ended up with about 1.4 million. This is 20% of it. So with us just going out and saying we want the grant, they sent us $291,000. And so we'll be looking at the plan for the remainder of the 1.4 million.
The 1.4 million though is for the county, the city of Ingram, and the city of Kerrville.
No, that's
Is that
our share.
correct?
Our portion only is the 1.4
Okay, good, thank you.
And that's $55 per person
Yes,
per county
yes,
from the federal government.
yes,
And this is an advance against a grant application,
yes.
a 20% advance, and then we'll have to itemize the expenses, and if they qualify for reimbursement, apply that against this advance.
And this will allow us for the expenses that have been happening since, I believe it was March the 1st. We will be able to retro back and include those.
Michelle, I know that part of this whole process, computers were switched around and computers were purchased and new computers are getting purchased. Are those eligible?
My understanding of the computers, we're talking with the director of IT, is that those purchases were already going to happen because of the upgrade that we needed in Windows 10, I believe it was. And so because they weren't purchased specifically for COVID-19, they would not be eligible.
And that's coming out of this past year's budget.
Right, but it's just, it appears that, to me that, you know, in some situations, that computers, additional laptops, things are moved around and purchased because of the COVID issue.
My understanding is they were not purchased for that reason. But if they were, they would definitely be able to qualify.
Well, and let me add, this can be something on next week's agenda, but this grant from the federal government, this advance, 20% advance that you're seeing here, does provide that we can hire a consultant to help us know what does qualify for these grants and not. And we can spend up to 5% of the grant on a consultant. The city has already retained a consultant, and I'm actively in the process of trying to find people that we can interview to help us with this. So whatever is properly reimbursable, we're going to get some advice on what we can and cannot submit.
And those items are changing daily almost through the frequently asked questions of all the people that are saying what can that money be used for.
Yeah. I know of a couple of laptops that might fall in that category.
And they might. But at this point, we're guessing. And it's changing daily.
Well, if
as she
somebody
said.
didn't have a laptop before and needed to work from home, and that was a purchase, then that one should qualify.
Well-
If I have a laptop as an issue from the county that I can take home anytime, I don't have a desktop, so mine wouldn't have qualified.
Well, rather than us try to sit here and pontificate what we think the law should be, let's get a consultant to tell us this is what they're going to reimburse us for.
Good idea.
That's what the world needs, another consultant. So, everybody got 10 grand each office, just without any questions asked, is that how it's?
Yes, we did that just to cover, there's plexiglass going up, and there's, I think, a microphone that had to be put with a court reporter upstairs in the district courtroom so that they could hear through the plexiglass. So there's a little bit of expenses that are coming in just to make the opening back up the courthouse work.
Does, if I can ask this, the grant that you were going to apply to pay for, did we apply for that one too?
We have
And
applied.
is it separate from this?
It is separate from this one.
So like the computer that we did purchase to give us to this one, that's on the grant going to A file, but we're not giving this one.
Right.
Correct, if you purchase them because of COVID-19.
But is that supplemental or is it standalone?
The ACOG grant is a standalone grant.
But as we go through this crisis, the economic part of this crisis, it is important for us to get straight as to what we can and can't do with regard to each one of these grants, so
Right.
we don't run afoul. Because working with the federal government can be nasty business.
It is nasty.
Can
From an
be.
accounting standpoint.
Yeah, always.
I move, we approve the budget amendments.
Second.
Motion been made by Commissioner Letts, seconded by Commissioner Baloo to approve the budget amendments. Any discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. 5-0 unanimous. Okay, auditor reports.
We had one audit report that was presented to y'all for the animal control services.
And I will mention on that one, some changes have already been made or being suggested and working through with that director. Part of that, there were some negative comments on that report, and part of those were on handling money and doing events and having volunteers touching money, and it's very complicated, but we're working to fix that problem.
And so the public understands, one of the duties and functions that our county auditor performs is to go around to our various departments and offices and conduct these audits so that we can keep everybody on track doing it the right way. And so even though somebody might have had a blemish that we could do this better, this is the way that we get it done better.
And I like the term best practices because that's what we'd like to see also.
Yes. So, do we need to accept the auditor's report?
Yes.
Make a motion, go ahead. Second.
I move for approval.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Harris, seconded by Commissioner Letts to approve the audit report as presented. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. Monthly reports.
Yes. March and April of 2020, fines, judgment, jury fees collected for JP3 Kathy Mitchell. May 2020, fines, judgments, and jury fees collected for JP1 Mitzi French, JP3 Kathy Mitchell. Standard monthly report from Constable Precinct 1, Tommy Rodriguez, Constable Precinct 2, Kyle Snyder, Constable Precinct 4, Gene Huffaker. District Clerk, Don Lance. County Treasurer monthly report, Tracy Saldan. County Treasurer monthly payroll report, Tracy Saldan. County Clerk, Jackie J.D. Dowdy. And Kerr County Investment Report for second quarter ending March 31st, 2020. County Treasurer, Tracy Saldan. I move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Harris and seconded by Commissioner Moser to approve the monthly reports as presented. Is there any other discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. You're approved, unanimous. Okay, why don't we take a break?
Let's do court orders.
Oh, I'm sorry, court orders.
Yeah.
Yes, very good.
There were court orders from our June 1st meeting, numbers 38106 through 38110. They all look in order. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Letts, seconded by Commissioner Baloo to approve the court orders as presented. Is there any further discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0.
Judge, may I add, I don't think you called 2.3. Did we have them written?
Late bill, you
They're
missed
not
it.
any like this.
Okay. Yeah, that's the stack of monthly reports that we just approved. It fills a full alligator clip, big alligator clip. Okay, we have timed items at 10 o'clock, so why don't we take a break and we will reconvene at 10 o'clock sharp. Court is back in session. Next item on the docket today on the agenda is 1.12, public hearing for the revision of plat for Vistas Escondidas de Cypress Springs Estates, lots 108 and 109. So that public meeting is now convened. Is there anyone here that would like to speak with regard to the Vistas Escondida de Cypress Springs Estates, lots 108 and 109? Okay, there being no one, then I will adjourn the meeting. And we move on to 1.13, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action for the court to approve a revision of plat for Vistas Escondidas de Cypress Springs Estates, lots 108 and 109. Charlie Hastings.
Thank you. This is going to be a proposed 3.84 acre lot, just one lot. It's currently two lots being platted into one. The public water service is Aqua Texas. They will continue with OSSF. They're out of the floodplain. There's no proposed roads. And again, it's combining lots 108 and 109 into 108R, 3.84 acres. Access to the proposed lot will be from Cypress Estates Parkway and Walnut Parkway, and we just had a public hearing. Nobody spoke. County engineer requests that the court approve the revision of plat for Vista Escondidas de Cypress Springs Estates, lots 108 and 109. Volume 7, page 363 through 364. This is Precinct 4.
I move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Harris, seconded by Commissioner Moser to approve the revision of plat for Vistas Escondida de Cypress Springs Estates, lots 108 and 109. Any discussion? Those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. Item 1.14, consider, discuss, and take appropriate action for the court to waive platting oversight and approval to the City of Kerrville for revision of plat for Paso Creek Ranch, tracks 4 and 5. Charlie Hastings.
Thank you. The owners slash developers, Frederick and Gloria Laub, have a proposed total acreage of 20 acres, and the number of lots would be 1. That is on a private well in OSSF. Approximately half of the proposed tract is located in the Kerrville extraterritorial jurisdiction, as shown on the plat. The lots would typically be platted through both the City of Kerrville and Kerr County simultaneously. However, in an effort to be more efficient and save owner dollars, there is a request to only plat this property through Kerrville and for the court to waive their right to oversight and approval of the plat. The owner wishes to combine tracts 4 and 5, they're 10 acres each, into tract 4R, 20 acres. The tract is partially in the floodplain and must meet floodplain regulations. The Environmental Health Department will remain involved in the review process with the City of Kerrville and will require a signature block on the plat. The county engineer recommends the request be granted.
Charlie, I got a question to the county attorney. If we waive the platting oversight and approval to the city and they don't approve it, can it come back to the county?
Yes, it could.
Okay. I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion has been made by Commissioner Moser, seconded by Commissioner Ballou, to approve waiving plat oversight and approval to the City of Kerrville for the revision of plat for Paso Creek Ranch, tracts 4 and 5. Any discussion?
Yes. Not that I have that much trouble with it, but why does the city on this one not waive it to us? This is far more in our jurisdiction than their jurisdiction. There's no sidewalks, there's no roads that are going to be city roads. This is out, off River Road between, pretty close to Brink's Crossing. And
Yeah.
I mean, the city will have nothing to do with this particular tract in the next 20 years. So why do they want to have control over it?
I don't have an answer for that, but the owners are here. If y'all...
We basically were trying to expedite this, and we talked to the guy in the city planner, and he said this is probably the most efficient way to do it. And
I don't think it's not that they're unwilling, but they're able to do this in-house, is that right? Does it go before, so there's no public hearing, so it's gonna be a quicker process, and they're willing to go through the process with it.
That's the reason I asked the question. If they didn't approve it, can they come back here or still?
So because it's in the ETJ, it's not a public hearing? I don't know that I agree with that interpretation of the subdivision rules and state law. You're amending a plat in the county, not in the city. No, it's in the ETJ.
I don't have an answer for that. I don't know.
I'm not trying to hold you all up.
I don't know what the city can and can't do with this. My understanding was that they were able to do this in-house.
We met with Mr. Drew Paxton.
Excuse me, could you please stand so I can see you?
This is Gloria Lauk.
Gloria Lauk. We met with Mr. Drew Paxton, and he pulled up on his screen and saw that a good portion of it is in the ETJ, and they would have to review it anyway because it's in the ETJ. And he said they had 30 days to review it, and he could handle it in-house, is what he told me.
Well, we can do the same if we don't, but boy,
If part of it's in the county, part's in the ETJ, then it sounds like to me it needs both. Not either or.
It definitely needs the city. I was told it definitely
The
has.
city can waive their authority just like they're asking us to do. And if they waive their authority, then it would go through the county where it should go, in my mind, this way. And the same rule of the 30 days applies to the county as the city. The question becomes, and that's on the plat, but once you're in an existing subdivision, state law requires a public hearing if you're going to modify something. I disagree with that in the state law, but I don't know how the city can waive a requirement of state law. So anyway, and y'all are in the middle of this. Is there a time rush from y'all's standpoint?
There's a time rush only because we're going to be traveling. We're trying to get things done as quickly as possible. The city told us they could probably have it done by the end of this week, and then waiting for the county would be another 2 weeks. And now if you're saying there's going to be a public hearing, does that mean it's
We wouldn't be
another
able
2
to
weeks?
take action again for 6 weeks from now if we were gonna go through our process.
I'll go along with it, but it may not be legal. It may have to come back to the whole process.
Right.
My interpretation is I don't think we can do this.
Well, why is it that it doesn't require both? Can you clear that
It
up?
does.
It does under current
Okay,
rules.
all right.
And
It's
the
just
city
it's a
doesn't
matter
have
of
any
comedy.
authority.
We waive so that they can do it, or they could waive and let us do it, which they've never done.
But,
Good to have.
Yep.
but what the city determines is not binding for the county.
No.
Well, and
So it seems like
That's
to
the
me
reason
where
the reason I asked if it
Yeah,
could come back.
Exactly.
Right.
So it seems like to me where the dividing line is, that's where our portion is for the county, and the other side is the city.
I don't look at our rules again. If it's one that straddles if it's part, I mean, clearly the city has no authority on the part that's outside the ETJ.
Right. So we would be required to do something in that event, I would think.
Well, if we enact this, if we approve this waiver, then we've done it. We've delegated to the city for them to make the approval process. Isn't that what we've done?
Except the city doesn't have authority outside the ETJ.
I understand.
Which would almost be like saying it was annexed into the ETJ for the entire portion of the property, which it will not be.
No, it won't be.
There's no such provision.
I'm really sorry I'm wrong.
Well, let me say we tried to
Well,
make
they
it.
don't want to have a problem later.
Right.
Let me say we tried to make it as easy as possible and go along with this, and so we made the motion. I think there was a motion made. Was there a second?
I second it.
Okay, so we'll let you go with that. If it can be done that way, we'll do it. Otherwise, come back and we'll do it through the court. Okay.
Okay, any other discussion?
My final comment is, the city's changed their planning department on a regular basis in the past couple of years, and I don't think the people may not have full understanding of our county rules or the agreement we've had with the
Could
city.
very well be.
Yeah.
Okay.
My concern
Okay.
is just that y'all would have to revisit this later.
Well, we'll find out.
Well,
find
They
out.
want to let the city do this and find out whether or not it's going to work.
Okay,
There you go.
well, we're gonna vote on it?
Yep. All those in favor, raise your hand. Opposed? Abstained? Okay.
Can't vote for
401. Okay,
We'll find out.
we'll find out. Wish you the best.
We will. Thank you.
Oh, and Mr. Lout, I don't want to hold you in contempt of court for wearing shorts to the courthouse. I just want to have a little fun with you.
I asked her, she said I could.
Well, then I've been overruled. Last item on our agenda today is 1.15. Consider, discuss, and take appropriate action for the court to approve a final plat for De Leon Estates Section 5. Charlie Hastings.
This subdivision proposes 4 residential lots with access off of Madrona Drive. Proposed total acreage is 21 acres. You can have 4 lots, and the maximum allowed by our subdivision regulations is 4 residential lots. The smallest lot size is 5.2 acres. We've got to have something greater than 5 as a minimum size. You're going to be on private wells, OSSF, which is on-site septic facilities, and floodplain. They're out of the floodplain. There's no proposed roads. The county engineer requests that the court approve the final plat for De Leon Estates, Section 5. This is Precinct 1.
I move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Blue and seconded by Commissioner Moser to approve the final plat for De Leon Estates Section 5. Any discussion? Okay, those in favor, raise your hand. Unanimous, 5-0. The only other things we have are any information on the information agenda. Any status reports from department heads? Shane.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to update you all on the HR remodel. It's concluded, and they'll be able to start moving in Wednesday, Thursday. The IT department still has to hook up their computer drops, and then we will move them in as soon as they are done with that. The final inspection for the fire alarm, it passed, but there was a technicality where they yellow tagged the panel. When they did the test, all the lights, the strobes throughout the courthouse came on like they're supposed to. The fire marshal has, per code, when you hit the silence on the panel, the horns go off and the strobe are supposed to stay on. That didn't happen, so that didn't hold up the inspection part of it. That passed because everything did work except for that little technicality. So on the 26th of this month, the 27th, we will have our company back out here to rectify that problem and change anything out that needs to be changed out and have our panel back to normal.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you. Any other department heads for reports? Any elected officials reports? Elected officials reports? Do you have a report? Okay. Then liaison commissioners reports.
The only thing I'd say is in economic development, Mooney's making parts, okay, out there for existing aircraft. I think there's 7,000 Mooney aircraft flying, so they're making parts. There's some other things that perhaps in the very near future we can talk in executive session at some airport economic development things. So they're all positive. So.
Good. Pardon?
Do you want to talk about a date for that other workshop?
We have the volunteer fire department workshop set for next Wednesday at 10 a.m. at the Youth Event Center. We need a date to set for the Veteran Services workshop. Any suggestions?
We try to do it after lunch, same day.
I think we've got a CIP meeting that day, don't we?
What is the Veteran Services Workshop?
Talk about the veterans issue in the budget.
Okay, so it's just a budget workshop then?
I think it's broader than that, but I mean, we talk about budget.
Well, okay, I'm just curious.
Well, we've gotten, been notified by several different groups that want to address the court about the veteran services.
Okay, I thought we were just gonna do that during the budget, but either way, it's fine.
Of the three things that I recommended that were not mandated for the county to do, which were volunteer fire departments, veteran services, and the 501c3 charities, I'm trying to get those handled by workshop before we
Okay,
get into
I got you.
our workshop,
Okay,
budget workshops. Because
Okay.
once we get into that, I think we can move along fairly quickly
Sure,
if
okay.
we've discussed and aired whatever the issues are with regard to these
okay,
others.
that's fine.
So,
So we'll have a workshop on all three of those. That's
So
fine.
Don's idea about doing it on the same day, is there a conflict?
we have a meeting with the CIP that afternoon. The
Can that be pushed to another, that's not as urgent, is it? If you had to prioritize them.
Those are just dates that they picked on the first and third Wednesday of the month for the duration of their assignment. So I mean, that's just a routine date for them. Whether we
So-
can reschedule them or not.
We could, I'm leaving, going out of town on the 18th, there's a week ago.
So the question was, can we do it on the 17th after the volunteer fire department? That sounds good.
I like the idea of doing it all that day.
Get it knocked out, but it's on the,
Well, perhaps
They got a conflict.
perhaps we could move the capital improvement planning committee's time to a later time that afternoon, or
well,
we can reschedule. Because
veteran service could be further later that afternoon. I mean, that'd be the
That'd be
easy.
fine.
That way you don't have to change two different, CIP.
I'm probably gone that week
Oh.
anyway, so,
Huh?
but that's okay.
that whole week. Oh, that's okay.
My schedule gets pretty hectic for the next
Okay.
month, so. I may be here, I'm not sure. Depends if Karen goes.
On what?
Baseball.
Oh, yeah. How the season is going.
Depends who draws the short straw.
Okay, so if we're going to do it next week, Monday is a commissioner's court meeting, correct?
Mhm.
15th. And we don't know if we have juvenile that afternoon. Tuesday, the 16th, we have mental health I have mental health in the morning, and then we have the rest of the day if you want to do a workshop that day. Tuesday's available, the 16th.
Tuesday's not as good for me.
Okay.
If you're going to do it on Wednesday, the 17th, then we'll have to reschedule the CIP meeting for some time.
I think it's probably more important to get the workshops done
Okay.
than the CIP.
Yeah.
Well, we'll certainly apologize to the CIP members, but so the consent right now appears to be that we will reschedule the CIP committee meeting to mutually convenient time and try to schedule the the veteran services workshop for the 17th. Now,
Could we possibly do them start at 8 in the morning? Veteran services?
We've got,
Or we could do it
we've
at
got
1.
volunteer fire department at 10, right?
Yeah. Do it at 1 o'clock.
Oh, that's Charlie, Harley.
okay, so we're talking about doing
Be there
veteran
Monday.
services workshop on Wednesday the 17th at 1, and then we'll talk to the CIP committee members, and if they want to move it back to 3 or something like that, we'll just do it to a mutually convenient time. So we're going to prioritize the veteran services workshop for Wednesday, June the 17th at 1 p.m.
Okay.
Will that be done here, or do you want it at the youth event center also?
Youth Event Center.
Let's stay at the youth event center. We'll be set up there, and we'll just do it that way. Yes, sir.
The only thing I'd remind you, Judge, from changing the CIP meeting, there's some information that I need to know from them on whether or not we're going to have to make purchases out of this year's budget for some of the improvements that need to be done in the courthouse that I still have, or whether you're going to put that off to,
This has to do with courthouse security issues,
right.
and
And can we just do like Commissioner Harris suggested, maybe do 3 o'clock for the VSO workshop and keep the CIP at 1?
That'd work.
What was that?
Do the veteran service office workshop at 3 o'clock.
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. Because we do have some urgency that we need to make some decisions at the CIP level with regard to courthouse security. Then we're going to now leave the CIP meeting at 1 o'clock, and then we will have the Veteran Services meeting at 3 o'clock at the Hill Country Youth Event Center.
Okay.
Is that right?
That works.
And then Jody will get all of this out. And Sheriff, if you could, it'd be good for you to try to plan to attend the CIP meeting that Wednesday at 1 o'clock. We do it in jury room number 2 back up here in the corner.
Okay.
It should be a short meeting. Oh. Never mind.
Good, never mind.
Well, it just can't be helped. We'll just work on it. I remember what we're going to do now at CIP this coming week. Okay. Any other business before the court, properly before the court today? Anything in executive session? Okay. Then we are adjourned.